Okay, good morning once again. I welcome you all to this lecture series on basic electronics. So this will be the beginning of module number 2 and the lecture number 11th of your entire syllabus. This module is known as JFET and SCR. So this is your module number 2. So before we actually jump into what exactly the contents of this particular module, I just want you to just look at uh, the things what are available or what are the things that we are going to learn in this module. So basically, we are going to learn what is known as JFET, that is junction field effect transistor. We are also going to learn about MOSFET, which I'm going to deal with this topic today. And then we're going to learn about SCR, which is known as silicon controlled rectifier. Yeah, so these are the things that you are going to learn in this entire module, and basically you're going to deal with understanding how exactly these circuits works, and then we're going to learn about CMOS logic. So I think all the terms are very new to you guys, so we'll make it one by one clear in this entire lecture, and how these are the things that are going to be utilized in different applications. So basically this module will be, I think we won't require 10 classes to cover this. It is pretty small module unless you take the pace of the concepts and understand them. So I'll try to make the things pretty clear when we try to understand, because these are the things that are entirely new to you. So basically these all are a kind of transistors. And if I ask you, what is the transistor? What is the transistor that you have learned in your, either it could be first semester or it could be in your 12th, 11th. So have you learned any kind of transistor? Or do you know any kind of transistor? Reply to me. Passive control. What is the transistor that you know? Guys, adiro hodro. What is the transistor, or what kind of transistors you have learned in your 12th? Or basically, what is a transistor? If I ask you, what would be your answer?
PNP, NPN.
Exactly. PNP and NPN. Okay. See, these are types of bipolar junction transistor. Or basically, these are the types of BJT. Please remember. So NPN and PNP are your types of BJT. So basically, first category of transistor is bipolar junction transistor. And in that, you'll be having PNP and NPN. In fact, in the earlier syllabus, in fact, 2 to 3 years back, people used to learn this also, but unfortunately, it has been removed, assuming that you are well versed with BJT in your 12th. So, henceforth, we will not be learning about these things. Possibly, you learn about BJT once again in your higher semesters, maybe in the third semester in detail, but at least not here. We're going to learn the advanced version of this particular thing. Now, there is one more transistor, which is known as the category of, or we call it as field effect transistor, or in that we have separately as JFET and MOSFET. Now before we proceed further, let me just make it very clear. Can anyone tell me what is transistor?
which amplifies the signals.
Okay, fair enough. Then any other answer? Absolutely good answer. What you said is not the definition of the transistor. What you said is the application of the transistor. Please carefully observe the words whatever I am using. ಈಗ ಹೆಂಗನಂಗಾಯ್ತು ಡಯೋಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನಾ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಡಯೋಡ್ is one which is you
It
which
is
rectifies the signal.
device used to regulate current.
Which regulates the current. Okay, fair enough. Any other answer? The answer is in the name itself. Transistor.
Device
Transfer of resistance. If you can see the name transistor, it can be rewritten in the form transfer of resistance. So basically, whatever happens inside the transistor, it happens by the phenomenon of transferring of resistance. Yes, somebody is telling something. I'm not able to hear you properly. Please go ahead. Okay. So basically, when I ask you something like definition of any particular device or any particular component, please bear in mind you should tell what exactly that device is. See, if I ask you, like, if somebody asks me, "What's your name?" I should not tell me. I should not tell him that Vikas is assistant professor in media IT. I should tell, "What's your name?" My name is Vikas. That should be my definition of the name or the answer to the question. So here also, when somebody asks you what are transistors, so transistors are semiconductor devices. First sentence should be this, which allows current to pass through them by the phenomenon of transfer of resistance. Then comes what are the types and kinds of transistors. Okay, there is something called as bipolar junction transistors. So now transistor another term common. So definition is it is basically a semiconductor device which does the process of transferring the current or which allows the current to pass through it by the process of what is known as transfer of resistance. Next, there is something called as bipolar junction transistor. Okay, now in the name bipolar junction transistor, what does this bipolar indicates? Bipolar andre two polarities. Two polarities of what? So basically, when I talk about bipolar, it involves or the device which where we call it as a BJT. BJT ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದರೊಳಗಡೆ two types of charges will be involved. How about diode? Diode ಒಳಗೆ ಒಂದೇ type charge ಇರ್ತೈತೋ ಎರಡು type charge ಇರ್ತೈತೋ? When I use two types, right? Because it involves both holes as well as electron. It involves both electrons as well as the holes, positive charge and negative charge. So when I say bipolar, so there are involvement of two types of charges, which means holes as well as electrons. Then junction, just similar to your p-n junction. Note, as the name only indicated, there is a p type material, there is a n type material, and there is a junction over here. Here also there exists a junction, and then it does the process of transferring of current by the phenomenon of change in the resistance or transfer of resistance. It does the phenomenon of passing of the current by the process of transfer of resistance. So BJT are those kind of semiconductors which has got bipolar or two type of charges, and it has something like this kind of structure. PN junction and PN junction diode ಎರಡು ನಾನು ಎರಡು diode ತಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದ್ರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಒಂದ್ಗಡೆ ನಾನು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ this way. As you see over here, this is one PN junction diode and this is another PN junction diode. If I connect together, the resulting thing is your BJT. And because it involves p-type material, n-type material, and again p-type material, it is called by the name PNP transistor or PNP BJT. Similarly, the other way, if I take n material first and then p material and again n material and then I join them together by some electronic process, it is going to result into one more type of BJT, which is nothing but your NPN. Is that clear? Reply to me.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes.
Here we are not going to learn much more about BJTs. Of course, BJTs itself has got a tremendous amount of concept, but let's not worry about the entire concept about BJT. Now let's jump into another type of transistor. This is first kind of transistor. And the second kind of transistor which I told was field effect transistor. Okay. Now looking at the name itself, can anybody tell me what are the contents of this particular transistor could be? ಈಗ ನಾ ಇದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದರ ನಂಗೆ ಬೈಪೋಲಾರ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದೇ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಪೊಲಾರಿಟಿ ಆಯ್ತು ನಂಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. Name says field effect transistor. ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? Possibly this transistor would be behaving or would be working based on the principle of some electric field. Of course, I cannot be saying magnetic field. Magnetic field involve ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ coil ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ coil ಅಂತ ಏನು process ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. So what I am taking here? I am taking here the P ಮತ್ತು N. There are two type of semiconductor material which definitely cannot produce me the magnetic field. So magnetic field ಅಂತೂ ಇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. So ಏನೇ ಇದ್ರೂ it is electric field. And since I am talking about the current flow, so definitely I am talking in terms of electric field. So this type of transistor involve the transfer of current by the change in the resistance, again with the help of field effect that is being caused by that particular flow of current. Idru olagade there are two category of transistors. I could say this is second transistor, this is third transistor. The first one is junction field effect transistor, JFET. And the second one is MOSFET, which we call it as metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So if you could see the first name of each words, it results into MOSFET, MOSFET. This is junction field effect transistor. So here definitely there is a formation of a junction. Here also there will be formation of junction, but ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು BJT ಗತ್ತೆ clear cut ಆಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. What is the basis of the entire circuit? ನನ್ನ circuit ಹೆಂಗ್ ಅಥವಾ ನನ್ನ device ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಾಣ್ತೈತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ on what basis they have named based on the structure of the device and the operation of the device. The devices here, they operate based on the creation of the electric field. Now please remember, there are three main categories of transistors. One BJT, ಅದರೊಳಗಡೆ PNP, NPN, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು JFET, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು MOSFET. And in that again there are subcategories. In JFET and NFET, there is N channel JFET, there is a P channel JFET. And what about MOSFET? MOSFET also has got multiple category of transistors or the subcomponents. So we are going to talk about that in today's lecture. So of course your entire module begins with JFET, but I thought MOSFET would be easier for you to understand, and that will be more interesting to begin with. So we'll begin with what exactly is MOSFET. Is that clear about the three categories of transistor? BJT, junction FET, MOSFET. BJT is purely based on two types of charges and the junction being created, and the categories are PNP and NPN. JFET and MOSFET are your basically field effect transistor. So a field effect transistors are only geared categories, that is JFET and MOSFET, and both are different devices. They don't call it as a circuit; they are different devices. They are devices. So we can be using those devices like somebody told about amplification, and there is something called as we can be using these devices for switching purpose. We can be using it for the purpose of on and off purpose. Broadly and most probably will be using these devices for amplification, which is very important in any of the electronic circuit. So the broad application of these entire transistors is because of for this amplification purpose. Fine. Now let's jump into what exactly is your MOSFET and the structure of MOSFET and how the different subsections of MOSFET are being categorized. Okay, let's try to look into that. So I was telling about MOSFET. Please try to ensure you remember the name and the abbreviation: metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So in the MOSFET, like I was telling, there are further two types of subsections that are being created. One, we have something called as depletion MOSFET. The other is enhancement MOSFET. In depletion MOSFET and enhancement MOSFET, further we have P-channel E MOSFET, that is enhancement MOSFET, N-channel E MOSFET, that is enhancement MOSFET, because it is falling under enhancement category. Here also I have P-channel D MOSFET, N-channel D MOSFET. This is what is the categorization of my MOSFET. So now, from today's class or in this lecture, we are going to try to understand the construction and the working principle and the characteristics of enhancement type MOSFET. And in that enhancement, we are going to talk about either P channel or N channel. So now P channel ಮತ್ತು N channel difference ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ in this today's lecture and also in the subsequent lecture. So let us jump into what exactly is your enhancement type MOSFET. So before getting into what exactly enhancement type MOSFET definition or the definition, I could be telling the definition of enhancement type MOSFET, but that's of no use. Before I tell the definition of the enhancement type MOSFET, first let's try to understand the structure of MOSFET itself. MOSFET ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ and what are the different parts of the MOSFET. And before that, can anyone tell me what are the three or what are the terminals of my BJT? This is my BJT, right? The symbol, whatever I have drawn over here. So can anyone tell me whether it is NPN or PNP? Quickly, the arrow mark is pointed here at the outside.
PNP.
Exactly, this is PNP. And what are the three terminals over here? This is terminal number 1, terminal 2, terminal 3.
Base, collector, emitter.
Now base is which terminal? Which terminal?
Emitter, base, collector.
Exactly. Base ಯಾವುದು? Terminal number 1 is base.
2, sir.
Which one?
2.
2. Collector and emitter.
Emitter is 1.
Emitter is 3.
Collector is 1.
Collector is 1.
Emitter is 3. So these are my three terminals, because of which I understood there are three terminals for my BJT and how exactly they are going to work. So similarly, I have for my MOSFET also three terminals. And the MOSFETs in a simple term are represented by a, instead of slant lines, a square line and a arrow mark. ಏನು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಸ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಇದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಲೈನ್ ಹಿಡಿತೀನಿ. Why I do that, why I take that particular thing, I'll tell about that when I talk about the working of that. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾನು ತಗೋತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ರೀಸನ್ ಅದ. Now there are three terminals here also. Terminal number 1, terminal number 2, terminal number 3. Terminal number 2 is called as gate. This is source and 3 is drain. Please remember this. So there are three terminals: source, gate, drain. Very much similar to your BJT. And the good thing about this is, if I talk about BJT, I cannot call emitter as collector and collector as emitter. Yakappa antandre collector is heavily doped, if you can remember. Am I true? Or emitter is heavily doped? Which one is heavily doped among collector and emitter?
Collector.
Collector. And emitter is slightly less heavily doped than collector. So that way I cannot be calling them, ಇದನ್ನ ಇಂಟರ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಮಿಟರ್ ನಾನು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಕಲೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನಾನು ಎಮಿಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನಕ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. But here in MOSFET I can always say either this as drain or this as source. Why? I'll tell you about that once you look into the structure. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಡೋಪಿಂಗ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುವುದರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಎಮಿಟರ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಕಲೆಕ್ಟರ್ನ ಎಮಿಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಹಂಗೆ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಡ್ರೈನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಎರಡು ಸೇಮ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಲೇ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ. ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಡ್ರೈನ್ ನ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ಬೋದು, ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ನ ಡ್ರೈನ್ ಅನ್ಬೋದು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಟು ದ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ or it is left to the user who uses it. Hence BJT or the MOSFET is a symmetrical device. BJT is a asymmetrical device because it maintains a symmetry. ಇದನ್ನ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಮಿರರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನನ್ನ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ನಾಗ ಏನು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Fine. So let's try to jump into the working of my entire MOSFET. So I'll just draw the circuit over here. Gate, drain, source. So this is how my MOSFET structure looks. So basically I'll be taking a big P-type material or N-type material, which I'm going to call it as P substrate, or sometimes it is also called by the name body. The entire P substrate, which means this entire material is a P-type material. So what I'm going to do is, with the process of diffusion, I'm going to diffuse some sort of charges at both ends. I'm going to close it. So this is basically your area, which I'm going to call it as N plus. N plus antandrenu, this is the region where you have diffused many electrons. Plus indicates a lot of electrons are being diffused into this portion, and lot of electrons are being diffused as well as here in this particular portion. Plus indicates that. Now I'm going to put a patch of oxide layer over here, which is basically a silicon dioxide. And tell me whether oxide is a conducting material or insulating material.
Insulating.
Exactly. On top of that insulating material, I am going to put a metallic connection. So this is my metal. So let me just Name it here itself. And here also I'm going to just put a small metallic connection. Metallic connection now sometimes we also call by the name ohmic connection. Please remember that. Ohmic contact अथवा metallic contact. Both are same. So I have a p-type body. Then on top of that, I did some diffusion, and wherein I diffused N plus material, and then I try to put over that particular entire material here an oxide layer, and above that I put the metallic connection, and then I take a connection over here. Now this, the center portion, can anyone tell me which could be the three terminals over here? The center terminal could be what?
Gate.
Any guess? Exactly.
Gate.
And like I was telling, this could be either source or drain. So I'll be taking the leftmost portion as source and the rightmost portion as drain. Because I say that a source drain adlavadi ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೆ ಹಗಲೆ ಮುಗಲೆ source drain change ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು. It is for our understanding that we should know it can be interchanged. ಅಂದ್ರೆ sometimes if you read some other books or if you come across some other resources where this is represented as source and this is represented as drain, don't get confused. It means one and the same. But while explanation, you can ensure that this is named as source and this is named as drain. Now, if I just look into this entire thing, can I say there is a metallic connection over here and hence the name metal is coming over here? There's an oxide layer is present over here, hence an oxide is coming over here. And this has been made on top of this entire semiconductor material, which is my p-type material. Hence the semiconductor term is coming over here. And there should be a effect of electric field, which I'm going to talk about now. And hence field effect is coming to picture. And this entire thing is my transistor. And that's how the name metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor came into existence. Basically, these devices came into existence way back in 1960s and 70s, but because of the wide application of BJTs, these were not used. But nowadays, they are even sidelining the BJTs, and they are into the wide application which are being used in almost all the applications where BJTs are being used. Typically, MOSFET ನಮಗ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ in the digital logic. And nowadays, as you know, everything is going digital and all the applications are getting digitized. Hence, the application of MOSFET is getting widely spread as compared to BJT. Fine. So, is that clear how the name has been given, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor? So, this is how the naming convention goes. Now, I'm going to tell you or I'm going to show you some more symbols. So, this is one kind of symbol that can be used. Now, there is a people usually also show this kind of symbol also. Drain, source, gate, and this they name it as a substrate. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ substrate ಇಲ್ಲದೆ. So this is my substrate. So usually that I don't show the substrate. Substrate na usually show ತೋರ್ಸಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. I say that MOSFET is basically a 3-terminal device only, which can be seen practically. But because this is one terminal which is acting as one more terminal, which is my substrate, I show it as a substrate. But otherwise, ನಾನು ತೋರಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಡೀತದೆ. So this is also one kind of naming convention that people do. So this, you can remember this also, but the best way is to remember this, just similar to your NPN transistor. Fine. Now let's jump into the working of this entire thing. So basically, I can say now the MOSFET, whatever I have shown over here, is a general structure of MOSFET. Now, can anyone tell me what kind of MOSFET it is, whether it is an enhancement or depletion, or whether it is an N channel or P channel? Now, I'll tell you, as of now, for me to tell me whether it is an enhancement or depletion or N channel or P channel, it is pretty difficult until and unless I try to get into the working of this MOSFET. ನನಗೆ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ then based on the working I can name it whether it is an enhancement or depletion or whether it is p channel or n channel. And basically ಇಲ್ಲಿ channel ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಲ್ಲದ everything will come to know once I start about the working of this thing. Now here once again I'll just repeat p substrate or the body, this is a lightly doped. On top of that, two n plus diffusions are being made and metallic connections are taken out, which will get me my source and drain. And then these are heavily doped. Then an insulating material is fixed between this particular source and drain junctions. And on top of that, a metallic connection is made, and that will be your gate terminal. So altogether making it as a source, gate, drain, and having a P substrate body. Now let's try to see the working of this. Now in order to see the working of this, even then work then I should be applying some voltages. So let's try to do that. I'll try to rub all these things for convenience purpose. So even this one I'll rub. Now I know that which is source, drain, gate, everything. So let us try to apply some voltage and see how exactly the circuit is going to work. I'll also have this circuit. I was talking about why this gap is being shown, and there is one more line is being mentioned. Gap this gap indicates there is an insulating material being present over here, oxide. Because there is oxide, and because oxide is an insulating material and there is no connection, so this gap indicates that insulating material. So gate, drain, and source. So I am going to do connection like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect this source and drain the battery. Please observe carefully what I'm doing now. Now your first question should be why you connected battery this way. Why can't I connect a battery this way? Ulta connect yak madilla, hing yak madilla. See, if I connect this way, if I connect the n plus or the source terminal to the positive of the battery, what is happening over here? It is getting, or basically all these electrons will be attracted towards the positive side of the battery. ಹೌದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಹೊಳ್ಳಿ ನನಗೆ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾವ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದ ಎದಕ್ಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಮಾಸ್ಫೆಟ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎನ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬಟ್ ನಾ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾವೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಸರ್ವ್ ಮೈ ಪರ್ಪಸ್. ಸೊ ಹೆನ್ಸ್ ಐ ವೋಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ದಿಸ್ ವೇ, ರಾದರ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ದಿಸ್ ವೇ. ಹಿಂಗ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗತ್ತಾ, ಹಿಂಗ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು n plus ಜಾಗ ಅದಲ್ಲ, which is filled with the electrons of this particular area, the source area, I am pushing few more electrons into this n plus region, or I am pushing few more electrons in this particular source region. By doing this, what I am doing, I am provoking these electrons which are present over here to move outside this particular region. ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನಂದೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ should ensure there is a flow of current. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು? ಐದರ್ ಪಿ ಅಥವಾ ಎನ್. ನಾವು ರೈಟ್ ನಾವು ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ hell amount of n plus material or hell amount of electrons are present in the source part. Now if I do this, then the moment I connect the battery this way, the lot of electrons will be coming and sitting over here, and by that way this entire region will be filled with more number of electrons, and we may expect that these electrons may come out of that source region and they move to the drain region. So if I can ensure the electrons move from source to drain, then I say that the current has started to flow. Because I told source and drain are interchangeable, if I connect this way, then current starts to move from drain to source. ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಏನೂ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. I cannot say that I cannot connect the battery the other way. ಅವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ drain in the source current move. That's the only difference. So because I just want to ensure the current moves from source to drain, I am connecting this way. Okay, now this voltage is called by the name VDS, that is voltage between drain and source. So let me have a connection here also in my this circuit. Drain is connected with the positive and source is connected with the negative. Now ಈಗ ನಾ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಟು ಫ್ಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಹೆಂಗಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ just carefully observe there's a person over here and okay there's a bench over here or a table. Let's say there are 5 tables and there's a person standing over here and he want to move from first table to the last table, the 5th table, and the condition is what he cannot jump or he cannot move on ground. ಅವ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಟು ಟೇಬಲ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಬಟ್ ನೆಲದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಡೆಯೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅದ. ಈಗ ಅವನ ಕಡೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೇಬಲ್ 1 ಇಂದ ಟೇಬಲ್ 5 ಗೆ ಜಂಪ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಫಾರ್. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನಂತೂ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅವ ನೆಲದ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಳಿದಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಫೇಲ್ಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೇಮ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್, ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನಾಲಜಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ನಾ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಇವನಿಗೆ, ಈಗ ನಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟೇಬಲ್ ಇಡಬಹುದು, ಟೇಬಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ 2. ಸೊ ಬೈ ದಟ್ he can jump on to table number 2. And can I keep one more table over here so that he can jump onto this particular table? And can I keep one more table over here so that he can jump onto table number 4? And finally he can jump onto table number 5. So this way the condition is also met. ಏನು condition ನೆಲದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಆ condition meet ಆಯ್ತು. And ultimately he has moved from 1 to 5. So that means if I consider the person as an electron or charge, the charge has moved from position 1 to position 5 with the help of these tables or with the help of something it has moved. Without these things, the charge cannot move or the person cannot move. Here also the same thing is happening. Look what is happening over here. The electrons, even though they jump out in order to move to drain portion, look at the substrate. Substrate is filled with the p-type material, and the moment n-type material try to escape and come out and reach the p-type material, what happens? N will recombine with p or n will be neutralized with p. Gone. Movement ಆಗಂಗೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತವ? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತೀನಿ. ಇರುವುದೇ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ರೀಜನ್. ಆ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಕುಂತಾವ. ನಾ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ನ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ region of this particular area is very small. The moment some of the electrons come out, they get neutralized because this entire material, the body is filled with p-type material. Now similar to table over here, I should have some kind of medium over here through which it can pass and reach the other end. Medium ನನಗೆ ಆಗಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, if I say let's assume only in this portion, ನಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ತೋರಿಸಿನ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗ, if I say there are some electrons that are present over here, ಹೆಂಗೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಾವ ಅಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಫಾರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್. ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಈ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ excess electrons, they will jump into this particular electron. So electron and electron, they won't cancel each other. Rather the charge get transferred. The charge will be transferred over here, it will be transferred over here, it will be transferred over here, it will be transferred, and finally the electron will reach here. So basically the electrons hop from one end to another end with the help of this particular region, which in turn is filled with electrons. Or I can say electrons repel. So the moment it jumps over here, it will repel to some other end. Again there are few more electrons, it will repel. There are few more electrons, it will repel. There are other electrons, it will repel, and finally it will come and reach this particular end with the help of this particular medium. And this particular medium which I am showing over here is your channel. ಈಗ ನನಗ ಈ ಚಾನಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಚಾನಲ್ ನಾನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. How can I create the channel? So that will be my basis of this entire MOSFET operation. Creation of the channel. So basically in order to create the channel, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಚಾನಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಬಂದಿದ್ದು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಒಂದು ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್. ಸೊ Which is that voltage I am going to apply? I am going to apply VG. Athwa I am going to apply this voltage VG, and other end of the battery is connected to source. This way. I am going to call it as gate to source voltage. And this is drain to source. Again, you may ask, na hinge connect the battery? For the simple reason, because source is connected at the negative terminal, na illi nanu mattond battery tandu illi positive connect madak barangilla. It is violation of basic electrical principle. Onde terminal negative terminal ಮತ್ತು positive terminal ಗಂತೂ connect ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. So that by that common sense I can say that ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ negative terminal ನೇ connect ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಈ ಕಡೆ positive ನೇ connect ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. This is common sense answer. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು a very technical and proper reason why I am connecting this way. Just observe carefully. Please observe carefully what I am talking now. See, the moment I apply the voltage this way, then ಇಲ್ಲಂತೂ ನಾನು ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋದು ಕುಂತಿದ್ದೆ. ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಅದರಿಂದ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್. VDS ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಇಟ್. VDS ತೆಗೆದು ಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಂತೂ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾನಲ್ ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ VGS. So let's try to apply VGS. So the moment I apply this kind of voltage, what is going to happen? Again, some of the electrons will come and sit over here, and in the meantime, some of the holes will come and sit on top of this metallic connection. Now, ಎಷ್ಟು voltage ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟು holes ಮತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟು electrons ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾವೆ. For example, if I give VGS equal to 0.5 volt, 0.5 volt ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು electrons ಮತ್ತು ಎಷ್ಟು holes ಇರ್ತಾವ, ಅಷ್ಟು holes ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾವ, ಅಷ್ಟು electrons ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವ. ಈಗ the moment I applied 0.5 volts to VGS, some of the positive charges came into and they sat over here. ಇಲ್ಲಿ negative charges ಬಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾವ, that is fair enough. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ಕೊಂತಾವ, that's fine. But what is happening here, if you can observe, the positive charges which are sitting over here, what they do, they try to repel all the positive charges which are present here in the p-type body. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ p-type ಇರ್ತಾವ, because I said this entirely is made up of p-type material. So this entire body is made up of p-type material, or this entire body is made up of positively charged particle. And on top of that, ನೀವು VGS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾವ. ಈ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಇನ್ಸುಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್. ಸೊ ಒಂದಂತೂ ನಾ ಕೇರ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, ಆ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅಂತೂ ಬರಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಅವು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸುಮ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ? They try to repel these positive charges down, because positive repel each other. So this process of repelling of the positive charges, wherein this entire region just beneath the oxide region, earlier this oxide region, beneath the oxide region, this region is filled with p-type material. Now this region has been repelled with these the holes have been repelled. So E region now is an empty now. This happens for only a small time duration of time. So this particular process where the charges have been repelled is known as inversion, or rather I can say is known as depletion, not inversion. Or the emptiness that has been created over here. And the moment this happens, repel antu aaytilli positive charges. In the meantime, it also try to attract some of the electrons towards it. Yakandre positive charges will be attracting the negative charges. And where are the negative charges? You can see over here. Now, since this is a body ಒಳಗಡೆ majority carriers positive charges ಅದಾವ, but minority carriers electrons ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತಾವ. So those minority carriers which are present in the p-type body, they could be attracted over here. Also, as you can see, there are lot of electrons over here. E electrons will attract agudala, because positive charges will attract these negative charges. So what happens, as and when you keep on increasing this voltage from 0.5 to 0.6 to 0.7 to 0.8, 1 volt, 1.5, 2 volt, ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೆ increase ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ, ಹಂಗಂಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಬಂದ್ ಕುಂಡ್ರಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವ. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಬಂದ್ ಕುಂಡಿರ್ತಾವ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ರಿಪೆಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಸೈಡ್. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಈ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ರಿಪೆಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ, ದೀಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟೆಡ್. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ಈ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಪ್ಪ ನಾವು, ಅಥವಾ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ಈ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಬಹುದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ VGS ಈಸ್ ದ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ನನಗ this entire region is filled with ample number of electrons, ಅಥವಾ this entire region is filled with ample number of negative charges, which is going to assist these charges to move from source to drain. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ನಾನು ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಈ process ನ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ VGS. So the process until which the channel is completely formed, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ನಾನು ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ I can see that the channel has been formed, I stop increasing this VGS. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತ ಹೋದಂದ್ರೆ this channel keeps on increasing this way. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಚಾನಲ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗ್ತೈತಿ. ನನಗೇನ್ ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ, ಆಗಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಜಂಪ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ತಿದ್ದ, ಹೌದಾ? ನನಗೊಂದು ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ, 5 ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ ಬೇಕು. ಯಾವಾಗ 5 ಡೆಸ್ಕ್ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗೈತಿ, ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ I could see that there is an ample number of electrons that can be seen over here just beneath the oxide, which are going to help these electrons to move from source to drain. Then at that point of time, I am going to stop increasing this VGS. The moment the channel is created and I stop this increasing this VGS, that particular voltage becomes my threshold voltage. So threshold voltage is that voltage which helps in assisting me to create the channel. So this is how channel is created. Now I stop increasing this VGS. Now I apply VDS. ಈಗ ನಾ apply ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ VDS. Now see what is happening over here. When I start applying VDS from 0 to 0.1 to 0.2, 0.3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ಎಷ್ಟು voltage apply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲಾ voltage ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. At the source side, all these negative charges will come over here and they hop from one position to another position through this channel and they will go to the drain. So this way my current has started to flow from source to drain by the creation of this channel with the help of this VGS. So basically VGS helps in channel formation and VDS helps in current flow. Is that clear? Reply to me.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is the entire basic operation. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ channel create ಆದಾಗ, is it not the formation of the electric field over here? There's a creation of the electric field beneath this oxide layer. Hence this entire operation of the name has been given as a field effect transistor. And in no way the holes from the gate will reach the body. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬರಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ there is an oxide layer over here which doesn't allow the flow of these holes inside the MOSFET. So ನನಗೆ ಏನೇ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಏನೇ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೂ it will be from source to drain. So source to drain ಇಂದ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಥವಾ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾನಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಈ ಚಾನಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು VGS ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. VGS ಹೆಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೂ ಕಡೆ n plus ಇತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ VGS ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Now can anyone tell me what is the content that are present in the channel? What kind of material is present in the channel? N type material or P type material? ಅಥವಾ electrons or holes channel ಒಳಗೆ ಏನದಾವ?
Electrons.
Electrons, which are my N type material, and hence the name N type MOSFET. And because the channel was not present earlier and altogether channel has emerged or enhanced itself, this kind of MOSFET is known as N channel enhancement type MOSFET. Is that clear? Now can you get the definition of enhancement type MOSFET? Enhancement ಅಂತಂದ್ರೇನು? Channel ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ and altogether you create the channel. Channel enhances. and n channel because the channel is made up of n type of material. ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿ n channel ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು n plus ಇದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂತಾರೆ, source ಮತ್ತು drain is made up of n type material, hence it is called as n channel MOSFET. No, because channel is made up of n type material, that's the name n channel enhancement MOSFET. So we'll stop it over here. We'll possibly will have one more set of explanation to be given in the next class. So we'll just go through the content, whatever I have told today. I'll be uploading this video. Maybe you'll try to understand the things in a better manner. If not, let me know. Anyhow, we are going to talk about this particular aspect once again in the next class. So with this, I'll conclude today's lecture, and I hope the contents are made clear. If you have any doubts, please let me know. So this is it from today's class, and we can wind up with the today's session. So that's it from today's class. Thank you for your patience listening. We'll meet again in the next class. Thank you. You can exit from the class if you have no doubts. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.